Israel and Iran have traded strikes for a fourth day. Israel says it attacked the headquarters of Iran's state television today, which was captured during a live broadcast. The Israeli military had earlier warned people in the capital of Tehran to evacuate. Now, that strike came after Iran fired another wave of missiles at Israel, killing at least 8 civilians, according to the Israeli military. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams is in Erbil, Iraq, with the latest. Holly?
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu justified his country's attack on Iran by saying that the Iranian nuclear program is a, quote, clear and present danger to Israel. Now, Iran has denied any intention of building a nuclear bomb, but it is engaged in enriching uranium, and Israel's been striking sites where that's taking place. We can see the damage very clearly in satellite imagery, and Israel's also killed several of Iran's nuclear scientists. Yet some experts say that unless Israel can take out the Fordow nuclear site, a fortified location which is buried deep inside a mountain, then this war will have been in vain. And it's widely believed that Israel does not have the firepower to destroy Fordow because it would probably require huge bunker buster bombs, which the US has, but which it is not supplied to Israel. So far in this conflict, the US has been aiding Israel by shooting down incoming Iranian missiles. But if the US decided to join in Israel's airstrikes, then retaliation from Iran would become more likely. And Iran has already threatened to target American military bases and ships. There are around 40,000 US troops here in the Middle East. But if Iran retaliates, the roughly 2,500 American troops thought to be here in Iraq would be an obvious target, simply because they are right next door. Holly Williams, CBS News, Erbil in northern Iraq.
And CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson joins us now. Eleanor, thank you for being with us. What is the Pentagon saying about Israel's latest round of strikes?
Israel claimed today that it destroyed about a third of Iran's long-range ballistic missile launchers, potentially limiting Iran's ability to continue to retaliate against Israel. But arguably the biggest development came over the weekend when Israel claimed to have much of the air superiority over most of Iran's skies, which is no small thing. Israeli aircraft can now operate over Tehran and in western Iran without much threat of being shot down. Iran, though, has threatened, as Holly mentioned, U.S. bases in the region, which are not only in range of missiles, but also of Iranian-backed militias. Officially, the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has amplified President Trump's social media message to Iran, which says that if Iran decides to attack any U.S. interest in the region, the U.S. would retaliate with, quote, the full strength and might of the U.S. armed forces.
And there's been so much that has been made about the U.S. involvement in all this. The Pentagon is sending multiple refueling aircraft to Europe now, as well as a carrier strike group to the Middle East. What are officials saying about the role that they will play?
Well, President Trump has said repeatedly, even said today, that he's hopeful and optimistic that diplomatic deals could end the fighting between Iran and Israel and deny Iran the potential for a nuclear weapon. To preserve the option for more direct talks with Iran, his administration has not supported Israel's air campaign, but has directed the U.S. military to intercept Iranian missiles inbound towards Israel. So the Pentagon today, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that over the weekend he directed additional capabilities to go to the Middle East to enhance defensive posture. We know from U.S. officials that that includes refueling aircraft that can keep fighter jets in the air for longer, heading towards the Middle East to be closer in case they're needed, and a second carrier strike group. That same support could be turned to offensive operations should Iran decide to attack U.S. bases in the region, or should President Trump decide to join Israel's military campaign.
And Eleanor, real quick, today Germany announced it's offering to help evacuate its citizens from Israel. Are there any plans for the U.S. to order or help the evacuation of U.S. citizens?
The State Department over the weekend authorized voluntary departures for non-essential employees and family members from Israel, but so far has not ordered the departure of the embassy and has not expressed a need yet for a mass evacuation of American citizens.
All right, Eleanor Watson, thank you very much.